And we're live. Okay. Don't know how long I'll pee today, because I still gotta go to the gym. Just waiting on the washer to actually wash, because, well, it's very unreliable. It keeps on going into load shifts. But I will try to get as much done as I can. Maybe that's one puzzle or two puzzles, who knows. But let's get started. Hexa octaquadri. A grid contains 8 of the digits 1 through 9, which appear exactly twice each. Digits may not repeat within a grid's row, column, or 2x2 box. The omitted digit from each grid must differ, which the solver may keep track of at the top. 8 of the digits 1 to 9, which appears exactly twice each. I'll figure out what that means when I see the grid. Whisper, green. Adjacent digits on a whisper differ by 5 or more. Renband, purple. A renband contains a set of consecutive digits, not necessarily in order. Parity, red. Adjacent digits on a parity line alternate between odd and even parity. Region sum, blue. Digits on a region sum line have the same sum in each 2x2 box the line is in. Entropy, orange. Every set of 3 sequential digits on an entropic line contains one digit from 1, 2, 3, one from 4, 5, 6, and one from 7, 8, 9. 10 line, light gray. A 10 line consists of one or more contiguous group of cells, each of which sums to 10. Groups cannot overlap. Note: the parts of lines in between grids are ignored. For example, row 4, column 2 of grid 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of grid 3. 1, 2. Mm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 of grid 3, and row 1, column 2 of grid 6. I see. Are considered adjacent and therefore have opposite parity. Okay, I see now. Now let's see what this means. A grid contains 8 of the digits 1 through 9, which appear exactly twice each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, okay, so a grid here, for example, will contain 8 of the digits, and they repeat twice. They only appear twice in that grid. So if there were 1 in here, then only one other digit in this grid would be a 1. And because there are 16 digits in a 4x4, then 8 plus 8 is 16. Okay, I see now. And this is just to say which digit is omitted from each grid. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Alright, let's start then. The German Whisper. We know that German Whispers alternate parity between high and low digits. So let's count the parities. That's one parity. And this is another parity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this were not a 4 or 6, then these would be all of the high or low, like 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, since there are 6 of them. And they can only repeat once. How about this? This is also 6. However, even these could be 4 or 6, because these don't see each other. There cannot be a 5 in this grid. There we go. Reason why is because all of these digits cannot be a 5. If they were, then to be 5 different from it, it would have to be 10 or more on the high end, or 0 or less on the low end, which are not Sudoku digits, 1 through 9. And thus, in order to have a 5 in this grid, it would have to be here. But then how are you going to get a second 5? Because you need 2 of each digit in a grid. You can't repeat it in a row. Thus the omitted digit is 5 in this first grid. Which means all these have to have 5. Could be there. But what this is saying is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this Renban line is 5 cells long. And if it did not have a 5 on it, how would you get the digits onto there? You could have 4 of low digits, 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 4 of high digits, 6, 7, 8, 9, but then without a 5, you would need 1 of the opposite parity. But in order to connect 2 different opposite parities on a Renban line, you would need a 5. You couldn't go 4, 6, 7, 8. So this one has to be a 5 over here. And this one cannot be a 5 because this is a general whisper line. So that is a 5. Our first digit is in the second grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the same thing for this. This one also needs a 5, which will be over here. And thus, nothing else in this grid is a 5. So this one is green, a higher low digit depending on what the green is. So is that. If this green digit is low, it would have to be 3 or 4. And this over here would have to be either 1, 2 or 1, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only one more pink in this grid, as well as 2 more greens. We do know, though, that there has to be at least 1 green over here. Because there are 2 more greens in this grid. Because there's no 5, there has to be 8 green digits and 8 pink digits. What that means, though, because with these, the green digits, where's the 4 or 6 going to be? They cannot be here, because they see 2 digits and see each other. And if they were a 4 or a 6, then the 2 digits that see each other would have to both be 9 or 1. the nature of monogamous digits along geometry lines. So those could be, that could be, that could be, that could be. And you only have 2 more rows where you could have a green 4 or 6 here and here. So this one must be a 4 or a 6, and that must be a 1 or a 9. The other 4 or 6 is either here or here. Excuse me. With the pinks, though, it's a lot more open-ended. Those could be 4 or 6 for the pink, because the 2 greens see each other. Now look at that one. But any one of these can be a 4 or a 6. There doesn't even need to be a 4 or a 6 over here with pink, because you could have a 4-6 here and a 4-6 here, with the 2 1-9s being there. We do know that there is a green 4-6 on this line, because one of these has to be green. At least one of these has to be green. And because there's a green and a pink, that means that there has to be a pink 4-6 and a green 4-6 in order to connect the two. Because along the green side of the 5 line, there has to be a 4 or a 6. Along the pink side of the 5 line, there has to be a 4 or a 6. 4, 5, 6 is the connector between high and low. So if this were a pink 4-6, if there was no pink 4-6 along here, then one of those would have to be a pink 4-6. That one definitely couldn't be. This one can't be a pink 4-6. So it's 3-7 or 2-8. We know that there is no green 1-9 along this line, or a pink 1-9 along the line as well. Otherwise, every single digit along the line would be either all pink or all green. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9, 8, 7, 6. But there's at least one green over here and at least one pink over there. That does mean that neither of these could be 4 or 6. Could this be a 4 or a 6? It would make this have to be a 3 or a 7. Make that a 2 or 8. If this is pink, all of those are pink. If this is green, all of those are green. No, sorry. If this is pink, then those are green. If that's green, those are pink. Because this is alternating parity. Hmm. Do, boo, 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 boo. If this is 3-7, that's a 1-9 and that's a 2-8, with that being a 3-7 as well, with the opposite parity. What is the yellow line again? Orange is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see. Bang, bang. That's green. One of those is the green 4-6. Where does 3-7 go? The green 3-7. Could go in any of those. It has to go in at least one of them. If there were no green 3-7 over here, then that would have to be green 3-7. Because the green 3-7 has to see a pink 1-9 on one of its ends. And so wherever it is over here, in one of those cells, would have to see a 1-9, which is the last 1-9, and thus no other one could be a 3-7. So for example, if those two were 3-7, that'd be 1-9, that'd be 1-9, then you have 3 1-9s. And no two 3-7s could touch us the same 1-9 because they won't see each other otherwise. So if there were no 3-7s here, then that'd be a 3-7, and one of those would be a 3-7, making one of those two a 1-9. Otherwise, you could have a 3-7 over here somewhere, a green 3-7. If there was a green 3-7 on this, then it would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as the line. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. If this were a green 4-6. Hey Isaiah, welcome to the stream. Then this would be a pink 1-9. This would be a pink 2-8. And that would be a pink 3-7. An easy one after this. Is it gonna be that one that you said fuck to? Ah, I see. I have a double shift tomorrow, as well as on the 4th, so that's gonna be fun. What kind of catalog is it then? Donatello. Nope, it doesn't exist. I forgot what his name was. Star, he says. I guess so. I didn't think it was. Ah, 86. I knew there was an underscore in it somewhere. Oh wait, I'm looking at puzzles, not names. Ah, that is a very short list. It might help. Don't know for sure though. This one, if it were low, if this were a 4, and this entire thing was, all the greens were low. 5 months on work crew. Then this would have to be a 3, with that being 1, 2, and that being 1, 2. Which one? Ah, that is indeed quite scary. Did I just talk to you about her? They certainly are something. MathPesto puzzles. These are the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Indeed. Uh, I do. It's the one. Oops, wrong one. It's Kaboom. Yeah, my favorite puzzle is near Kaboom though. My favorite puzzle is the one where I commented under the puzzle is my favorite puzzle. I just forgot which one that was. Overall. It's a classic, ew. We hate classics over here. Hmm. The- I don't know what your username is. Isajo. 73%? Oof. Hmm. Where do I go with this puzzle? If this were pink, pink 4-6 doesn't have to be. This one could be a pink 4-6. So look at that. But if this were a pink and it wasn't 4-6, then this would be a pink 4-6. This would be 2-0-7, right? Let's do some of this. This is a 10 line. These both cannot be a 10, add up to 10. Because it's also in parity, it has to add up to an odd number, which is not 10. 10 is even. So it has to be at least these three. These two could add up to 10. If any of these were 1, 2, 3, 4, it could be. It's just that both of them could not be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. If this was 1, 2, 3, 4, then wouldn't this need 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, or 4 to complete this 10 line? No, it could be like 1, 2, 1, 6. This is at least a 10. Ah, this is seeing 3 digits, which is at least 1, 2, 3, but it cannot be 1, 2, 3 because these two see each other. This can't be a 6, it can't be a 7. It has to be 8 or 9. And because this is a entropy line, every 3 digits have to be 7, 8, 9. One, two, three. Yeah. So this is 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3. So if this was high, it's a 6. If it's low, then this is a 4. That's a 3. So either this is high and this is a 6, or this is low and that's a 1, 2. What is this? If this is a 6, the lowest this can be is 6, 7, 1. 14. Which can be done in 2 digits. Although, yeah, 1, 2, 3. This has to be alternating parity. 1 from 4, 5, 6, 1 from 2, and 2, 3. Not yet, no. What is this lowest? 1, 2, 3, 7. What if this were a 4, 5, 6? The lowest this could be is 14. Keep saying, na, 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 na. These have to have 2 of the digits 1, 2, 3 on them. And, sorry, 4 of the digits 1, 2, 3 on them. And 2 of 4, 5, 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, with one of them being 7, 8, 9. If this were 7, 8, 9, then this would be 8, 9. This would be 7, 8, that'd be 8, 9. This is at least 13, so the lowest this can be is 4. Kimi no sai. Do, 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 do. If this were a 1, 2, then this would have to be a 9. With one of them being a 2, 3, 4, and one of them being a 1, 3, 5. The lowest this could be is 4, 5, 6, 15. If this were not a 1, 2, 3, if it were a 4, 5, 6, then both of these would be 1, 2, 3. And this would have to be 4, 5, with that being 9. Can this have another high? Can this have another high digit on it? 7, 8, 1, 2 is 15 plus 3 is 18. It cannot. So there are no high digits on here. Which means that this cannot be 1, 2, or 3. And thus this one, which needs to have 1, 2, or 3 somewhere on this 10 line, it couldn't be 7, 1, 2, because then the other one would have to be 10 by itself. It would have to be there. 1, 2, 3 is there. It can be 4, 6, or 5, 5. Otherwise, this is 1, 2, 3, and that's 7, 8, 9. Ah, but this cannot be 7, 8, 9. This is not 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3. It has to be 4, 5, 6, with that being 4, 5, 6. Can this have another 4, 5, 6 on it? 4, 5, 7, 1 is 9, 16, 17. Yes, it's possible 8, 9 there. We do know this is 1, 2, 3. So is that. So is that. So is that. And that. And that. That's not a 5. Kimi no sai. Na, 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 na. Oh, these are all even or all odd. That's fun. Oopsie daisy. Those are opposite parity, which means those must be opposite parity. These can be labeled as 4, 5, 6. Ah, this one is low though. Green is low. Orange is high. 9, 4, 3. This is 1, 2. This is 3 or 4. 8 or 9. Oh, this is supposed to be a 9, not a 3. Not an 8. That's an 8. One of those is a 4. You can label all these as 6, 7, 8, or 9. These are not 6. That's not an 8. That's not a 9. This is 1, 2, or 3. That's 1 or 2. That's 1 or 2. One, 2, or 3 can't be 4. That's not. That's 7 or 8. 1, 2, 3, or 4 is not a 4. That's not a 2, therefore. But now, this one cannot be an 8, as both those would have to be a 1, have a 1 on them, which should break that cell. So this is a 9, with one of them being 2, 3, 4, one of them being 1, 3, 5. Both of them do have a 3 on it though, so this one is a 4. This one cannot be a 4. The lowest this can be is 4, 5, 6 now, which is 15, so this is 6, 7, 8, 9. This is either 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3. One of them is a 7, 8, 9 over here. Why are they always crying? One of these is a 3. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over here. What's the highest this can be on here? 17 would mean that this would have to add up to 13, which you can't do with 9. 8, 5, 7, 6. He doesn't want to. Ah, this can't be a 5, because then this would have to be a 5 as well. So this is a 4, 6. This can still be 1, 2, 3, 4, or it can still be this. Well, actually, yeah, this one cannot add up to 10 over here, otherwise, with just that cell. Because otherwise, it would be that cell over here. Same for that. So it has to be all 4 of these that have to add up to 10. If this were a 6, then these would have to add up to 4, which would be 1, 1, 2. If it were a 4, these have to add up to 6, which can be done any number of ways. But this is 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is 1, 2, or 3. So this is 7, 8, 9. This 4 makes that a 9. There are no more 9s in the grid. This is a 7, that's an 8. There are no more 8s in the grid. 6, 7 pair makes that a 1 or a 2. That's also a 1 or a 2, because of that. There are no more 1, 2s in the grid. There is a 3 and a 4 in the grid. One of those is a 3. And it has to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7. And this is 3, 4, 6. That's not a 3. This is 1 or 9. This is a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 3 as well. 3, 4, 7 is 14. Doable. Oh, this is at least 15. Oh my gosh. This is not a 6. This is a 3, 4, or 6 as well. Not a 3. Neither of these can be 1, 2, or 3. So this one has to be 1, 2, or 3. One of these is a 5 or a 6. The other is 7, 8, or 9. Also, I'm really sorry about screaming in the backgrounds. My smallest nephew, is having a tantrum. This is 4, 5, or 6. Something. That's not a 2. This is either 8 or 9. Sorry, 8 or 2. If this is 9, 8, that's a 7. If it's 1, 2, then that's a 3. If this were a 1, then you'd have 2, 3, 4, 5 along here, which make that a 9 and 8. That a 4. There's no more lows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you'd have 9, 8, 7, as well as that, which would make the missing digit be 6. One of these grids has to be missing a low digit. Which grid is it? It's definitely not either of those. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. These are not 3s. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this has a 3 in it, so this is not a 3. There is all of 1, 2, 3 over here. This is a 7. That's a 6. That's a 1, 2, 1, 2. That's not a 4. How this gets resolved is over here. There is going to be a 3 on this line, as well as a 4. There's always going to be a 4 here. Either it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or it's a 3 with a 4 on it. This is odd, and these are different parties, so this must be even. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, this is the highest thing on this line possible. Two has to be in this box somewhere, either here or up here. Bang, bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There has to be an even number of uh, high, low, or middle digits in any grid, because they all have to repeat at least once. So this has to be a 4, 5, or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. This tells me that one of the digits here that's missing is 7, 8, or 9. And also that this has to be a 4, 5, 7, 1 in order to minimally be 17. That's an 8, 9. And because now this has added to 13, this can't be a 5. So either 8, 5, or 6, 7. This has up to add to 14, which would be 9, 5, or 4, 6. Sorry, or 8, 6. This is a 6. 5, 4. This is a 6. That's not a 1. This is a 2. This is not a 9. This is a 6. That is a 4. Uh, 7 has to repeat here. 9 has to repeat here. Also, we know that from this. The rest will have to be resolved by this one, probably. This would probably have to be an 8, because otherwise this is unresolvable, but I won't use that. Who's texting me? Sorry, friend. This is an 8, which is missing from here. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, has to have a 5 in it. So 6 or 7 is what's missing from that grid. 9 has to go in one of those two cells, can't go there, so it has to go there. And then 8 has to go somewhere, has to go there. 8, 5. This has to be 6 or 7, the other one of this, which would go with 1 or 2 to get to 8. So this is not 1 or 2 over here, this is a 3, that's a 4 or 5. This is not a 3, this is not 1, 2, or 3, it's 4 or 5. That's a 3. This will be resolvable by 6 or 7 being missing on these grids. because it's not resolvable now. Okay. This has to have 8 in it somewhere. Could it be an 8 over here? You would need 8, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 at least, which cannot go to 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There cannot be an 8 on this thing. So the 8s cannot appear in the non-revenant line. It has to appear in one of those two cells and one of these cells. So one of those is an 8. And one of those two is an 8. So this is not a 9. Seven can appear on this line. I can get rid of all these colors now. And let's do this as color. Pink and yellow. What are you doing down there? Oh my gosh. Because they're all pinks in this grid. Pinks being either even or odd. There has to be a 5. There are 5 odds and 4 evens. If this were all even... never mind. Sorry about that. No idea what he was yelling at, but it's whatever. This is odd. This is even. It's one of each. These have to be fairly low digits, I think. You definitely can't have an 8 and 9 over here. Because then you... Well, no, you could. You could have like an 8-1-1 here. Either this is 1, 2, 3, 4, or this is 7, 8, 9 with 6, 7, 8, 9 there. Ah, maybe? If this were 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, there would have to be a second 4 over here. This would definitely be missing out a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because then that would be a 9, and that would be a 4. But you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 8, 7, with a 6 missing. If this were 3, though, if this were a 1, that would be 1, 2. And then you'd have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you'd be missing out a 9. However, if this were a 3 and this were a 9, then you'd have 3, 4, 5 over here. Yes, this is either a 6 or a 9 that's missing out. None of them are missing a 4. Nor a 1, I don't think. Sorry, drinking some root beer. If this was even, none of those could be a 4, it would have to be a 2 and an 8, which is possible. Otherwise, what? I mean, either this is a 2, 8, or all the even digits are there. What is required next for this puzzle? Bing, bing. If this were a 9, that'd be a 9. If this were a 1, then that'd be an 8. This is never an 8, is what I'm learning here. Yeah, because if this were an 8, that'd be a 7. There couldn't be a 7 on here, which means it would have to have a 2 on it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Which would make that have to be an 8. And that a 9. But then where's the second 9 in this grid? It has to be down here with the 8s. So that's not an 8. This is an 8. And either this is a 1. Either this is a 9 and that's a 9. Or this is a 1. Like this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that a 4 or a 6. But in this case, since that's a 1, that would be a 4. So one of these is a 4. Either a 6 or 9. Both those seem to work. If this were just this, then that would have to add up to 10. if it grew at least one more, then we'd have to take all of them, because that couldn't add to 10 by itself. And then what would it be? 6 plus 3 is 9. So it's either 6 plus 4 or 7 plus 3, which should be 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 3. Oh, which it couldn't be, because these are different parities. So it'd have to be 1, 2, 4 and 1, 2. One of these has to be missing out. A 1, 2, 3, or 4. I have a very high suspicion it's going to be this one. It's definitely not a 4. 4 is in all of them. So one of them is missing out of 1, 2, or 3. Ah, so if this was 1, 2, 4, and that was 1, 2, then 3 would have to be missing from here. And if this was not... Can this be missing a 1, 2, or 3? This has to have a 1 in it. Does it have to have a 2 in it? 1, 3... What are the possibilities for this to be out of 6? If this were a 1, then it could be 1, 4, or 2, 3 in either order. If this were a 2, then this would have to add up to 4, which would have to be 1, 3. If this were a 3, this would have to be 1, 2. So, if this were a 2 or a 3, these would have all of them in it. 3 is 1, 2, 2 is 1, 3. So the only way that this is missing out of 1, 2, or 3 is if this is a 1, and this is 1, 4. Which would require a 9 and a 6. So those would have 2, 3 over here. Then you have 1, 9, 4, 6. And you have to have 5s over here somewhere. Oh, that's something. You have to have 5s over here somewhere. This cannot have a 5 in it. Because then you'd have 3 digits adding up to 10, which is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Sorry, 4 digits adding up to 10, which has to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Or 2 digits each, which have to be 5 and 5, which does not work. So one of these is a 5. One of those is a 5. If this cannot be a 5 over here. Because then you couldn't have this out of 10, it would have to go to here, and then these would all be connected. 8 plus 3 is 11. Does not work. So one of those two is a 5. These also cannot be a 5. This one can, but that one cannot. If this were a 5... Yeah, there has to be 2 5s in this grid, so they have to be in different boxes. So that one of those two has to be a 5. If this were a 5, then these would have 5, 1, 4, 2, 3. And these would have to 10. Which can work. One of those is a 5. One of those 3. This 7 or 8, where does it go? It could go in there, with one of those being a 2 or 3. Or it could go up here, with that being a 2 or a 3. Or there, with that being a 1, 2 pair. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Because he's out of 10, we know this is even. This over here is odd. So the rest of the grid has to add to an odd number. Huh. How do. If this were a 1, this would be 2, 3, 4. So we're missing 1 from that grid. Da da do na 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 na. If this was missing out a 2 or a 3, and this grid was not missing out 1, 2, or 3, this would have to be 1, 4, 6, 9. And this would have to be a thing by itself, either 2, 8, or 3, 7. With the other being over here somewhere. So this would have to be a 7 or 8 going here, with that being a 2 or 3, because it can repeat there. This has to repeat there, whatever it was. Do 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 na 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 ha do 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 do. But it would be the last 2 or 3. You can have the other 2 or 3 there. So this would be 5, 6, 7, or 8. 5, 6, or 7, in fact. With that being a 5, 6, or 7. But it couldn't be a 6. So it'd have to be 5, 7, or 8, sorry. No, 5 or 7. Which does make sense, because this is an odd number. So that has to be an odd number to add to an even number. This is all looking very likely. Na 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 na. I do not know. What caught an eye? Do 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 do. Na 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 na. Do 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 do. Domino. If this was really 1, 2, 4 and that 1, 2, then there would have to be a 3 missing in that grid, right? Because this being 1, 2, 4 means that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple, which means all of 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. So one of 1, 2, 3 has to be missing from this grid, which has to be the 3 because this is 1, 2. So that would have to be the 3. This would have to be a 1 or a 2 along there. This could not be. Could it be a 9, the 4 though? If this were a 4, that'd be a 9. But these two would have to be 1 or 2. So if pink is blue, there's 2 more pinks in the grid. 2 more blues in the grid, really. I mean, there can only be 4 pinks. Because if there were 5, then all of those would be pink, right? If these were orange cells, and there were 5 of them, is this possible? Surprising? No, it cannot be. In fact, there cannot be 5. This cannot have 5 cells. It cannot be 5 orange cells, because they would need to take all those cells as orange. And then all of a sudden, this has to be odd, but it's even. And thus, this has only 4 cells. There are only 4 pink cells in this grid. Which is either 2, 4, 6, 8, or some combination of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And so, if there are 4 pink cells in the grid, that means there has to be 4 yellow cells in the grid as well. So there are only 2 more yellows to place. I find it so hard to believe that this can be missing 1, 2, or 3. If this were 1, 2, 3, 4, then we know that these two could not repeat, the 4 and whatever that was. Kitty. That song is stuck in my head. It's gotta be something. I would love for these to be yellow. So, why can they not be? I mean, if these be even digits. If these were even digits, this would be 2 8s. That'd be 4 or 6. We do know all the even digits are going to be here though, because there are 4 pink digits and 4 yellow digits. So no matter what, there is going to be all of 2, 4, 6, and 8 there. Which means the thing missing from here is 1, 3, 7, or 9. If these were odd, this would have to be 1, 3, 7, or 9. Otherwise, this is 2 8s. This is missing out either 2, 3, 7, or 9. It can't be missing out a 1, because otherwise this line would be, at minimum, 5 plus 4 plus 2, which is 11. So it could be missing out a 2 or a 3. It can't be missing out a 4, a 5, or a 6, and it can't be missing out an 8. So it is 2, 3, 7, or 9. One or both of these is missing out a 1, a 2, or a 3. Otherwise, you would have 6, 7, 9, 4, 6, 7, 9 here. Hmm. Tsugi wa nan desu ka? The last step of this puzzle, I'm not sure how to do it. If this was 1, 2, 4, 4 could not repeat here. This would have to be a 3 over here somewhere. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. There'd only be one more of 1, 2, 3, or 4. Four. That'd be a 5. If 3 was with 1, that'd be a 2. If 3 were with 2, then that'd be a 1. There would be a 1, 2, 3 here though. So you'd just be missing a 3 somewhere, which should be up here. And it'd be with 6, 7, 8, or 9. No. There would be a 6, but there'd be 1 missing from 7 or 9. Because 1 needs to be a 3, 1 needs to be a 7, so it'd be a 9 missing. That'd be a 7, 8 pair. This would have a 6 on it. So this had to be not necessarily no. Ah, yes. There we go. No, no, no. You can have 8 here. This would be 7, 8 with 2, 3. Ah. Yes. Okay. This is extremely complicated to see. But if this were 1, 2, 4, then you'd have all of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on there. You'd have to be missing 1 from 7 or 9. Because there could not be a 4 here. Because there is a 3. 3 plus 4 plus 4 is already 11. It's way too much. Then these would have to be 7, 8, or 9. However, because of that, these are all different from 1, 2, and 3. And that means that all of these are different from 7, 8, 9. So you have 7, 8, 9, a 6, a 5, and a 4, and all of 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. And that does not work, because you have to be missing out 1 digits. Thus, this cannot all be connected. This must be an odd digit, and this must be something that sums to 10, which means this is yellow. No, sorry, this is pink, I mean. Because either you have 2 odds 7 to an even number, or 2 evens 7 to an even number. It does have one of 1, 2, 3, 4 in it, though, and the other of 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not a 9. If this doesn't have a repeat on it, if this isn't a 4, then these have to be 1, 2, 3. But this could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Which does not work. Does it? It might. It might. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, if this does not have a repeat on it, then either all of these are different from 7, 8, 9. 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7. They have to be different along their line. And then you have all of 7, 8, 9, all of 4, 5, 6, and all of 1, 2, 3. But that cannot be the case. So then this would have to be a 1, 2, 3, 4 line, with that being 4, and that being the other of this 1, 2, or 3. But then you have these two cannot repeat. And so what is the low digit along this 10 line? It cannot be these that it sees, and it cannot be those that already have repeats. So this must have a repeat on it. Which means that this cannot be a 3. Yeah. No. Yeah. If this were a 3, then this would be 1, 2. No repeat. If this were a 2, this would be 1, 3. No repeat. This has to be a 1. And because it has to have a repeat on it, this cannot be 2, 3. It has to be 1, 4. Which makes that a 9. This a 9. This a 6. Not necessarily. You could have a 2, 3 here. This is either a 2, 3, or this is 6, 9. But this has to be 2, 3, 7, or 8. This must repeat somewhere. It could be a 2, 3 over here. Okay. This cannot be missing out 9. It's missing out 2, 3, or 7. What a deduction that was. The fact that math saw that. I wonder how long it took them to set this puzzle. Couple of months probably. This is not a 1. There are no repeated ones in this puzzle. This 7 or 8 has to repeat somewhere. Can't go there, can't go to any of those cells. Can't go anywhere over there or there. Has to be that one or that one. Either it is that, or it's 7 and it goes there. This can be anywhere as high as 7 or as low as 3. If these 6 9s did not go there, they'd have to go somewhere. You could have one here, another there, or both there. If this was 2 3, then there would have to be a 7 missing, making that an 8. Oh, in fact, there is an 8 in this puzzle. One of them goes here, one of them goes here. If this was not 2 8, if this were 3 7, then that would have to be 8s. Three 7 means that 2 is missing. Three 7 8 5. 5 7 7 3 3 8. That works. Can this really be 1 2 3 4? Sure. There you go. If this were a 2 3, then 7 is missing out. This has to be 2 8s. That has to be a 5. And that a 5. That's an 8. So that's an 8, that's a 2. 3 is one of those cells. And 6 9 is the other. So that's the 3. And those are 6, 9. Of course, with that being a 6 and that being a 9. Is this ever not a 5? In order for it to not be a 5, this would have to be 6, 9. Well, if this were a 3, 7. Ah, there we go. If this were a 3, 7, this would be a 5. And that'd be a 5 as well, then all of a sudden you have 2 odds that have to alternate parity between odd and even, which is impossible. So this cannot be 3, 7, this has to be 2, 8. Which means that these are all even. And these are all odd. Two is therefore not the odd one out there. It has to be 3 or 7. This is 3, 5, 7, or 9. This is not 5. It's 2, 6, or 8. This is 1, 3, 7, or 9. This is not 1, 3, or 5. It's 2, 4, 6. This is not 2, 4, or 6. This is 2, 4, 6, or 8. That is not 4. That is not 4. This 2, 4, 6 goes there. This is even. There needs to be 2 more even cells in this grid. This cannot have an 8 on it. That is 2, 4, or 6. This is 1, 3, or 5. One of these two is a 3. Mm-hmm. If this was 2, 3, then 7 is missing out, and those are 8s. Then we have 6, 9, 5, and 3. Otherwise, this is 6, 9. And then this has to be an 8. So this is always an 8. If this were a 2, and now we're an 8, that'd be 7. Meaning that 3 must be missing. Making that a 6, 9. And then, where does this 2 repeat? It cannot. So this is an 8, that's a 2. This is not an 8. Where is 8 going to go? It can't go there, can't go there, has to go here. Making that a 2, that a 1, that a 3. And there we go, it's just like I predicted it would be. Now what? This 3, 5, or 7 can't go there, can't go to any of those cells. Can't go there, can't go to any of those cells, has to go here. So either we have a 2, 3 with a 6, 9 there, or we have a 6, 9 with that repeating there. Oh, I can't wait to see you again. This is 2, 4, 6, or 8. This were a 5. 7, 3, yeah, that works, but if this were a 6, 1, 3, yeah, that works as well. Ooh. I'd love for this to be a 7. Because then 1 or 3 is missing from over here. So what if it's not 7? What if it is 3 that's missing? I don't think that's possible. Is it? If this were 6, 9, and 3 is missing, then these two would be 5, 7. No, it's possible. If this were a 2, 3, making this be missing a 7, 6, 9, this should be missing out of 1 or 3. We do know that there is at least 1 of 1 or 3 here. At least 1 of 7 or 9 here. Well, I mean, in the puzzle, because there has to be 1, 3 here and 7, 9 here, in some order. Hold up, I gotta remember it up. And I'm back. Okay. 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. There really is only 2 more repeat oranges in this grid. Do 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 na 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 now. One of these two is a 9. One of these two is a 6. If this were a 5, then that would be a 2. That'd be a 6, 9. That's not possible. It is. You can resolve this with that, I guess. It's gotta be this. Surely. Whatever this is, it goes over here somewhere. Same with that. So these two cannot repeat in the grid. Because this one goes in one of these 3. It's have to be an even digit over here somewhere. Oh, rad, dude. Didn't I tell you you have to backseat? Although, I am curious why it is 6-9, not 2-3. If this was 2-3, this would be a 5. That would be a 5. If this were 2-3, the thing missing from this box would be 7. This would be a 5, this would be 1-4 or 2-3. But it has to be missing out of 1 or 3. And because this is 1 or 3, it has to be the repeat over here for 1 or 3. Yeah, 4 plus 6, which you could have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 1, 2, 3 is 4. 1 plus 9 is 10. 2, 3, 4 is 9. These do not have to be two separate 10 lines. This is all connected, in fact. So it could be 1, or it could be 2. But if this were a 2, 3, that would make that a 1 over 3, because that's a 5. Which should be the repeat over here, 1 over 3. There's only 1 of 1 over 3 in this grid, since 1 over 3 has to be missing, because 7 is missing over here. It could be the same as box 3 but flipped, however it could also be 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals what now? So that would be a 5. That'd be a 3. If this were a 3, ah yes, if this were a 3, then this would be missing a 9. Because if this were 9, 8, 7, that would have to be a 4. Oh, wait, no. Does this have to be a 1 if that's a 3? 9, 8, 7. 9, 8, 7. That's a 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either one of those could be 1. If this is a 1, that's a 3. 10 minus 1 is 9, yeah. Brad, dude, you're really not getting this. Please stop. You could have 1 with this being 9, or you could have 1 with all of these being 9. 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 9, plus 1 equals 10. The 10 line can be a single line, because, note here, a 10 line consists of 1 or more contiguous groups of cells. So you can either have all of them equaling 10, or these two equaling 10. But this is not guaranteed. Oh my god. Brad, dude, I already told you that doesn't have to be. You could have this. This could be an example. 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 3, 9. That could work, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. So we cannot conclude that this is 1, 4, 6, 9 yet, which is what I think it's going to have to be. Because this is not... You can't resolve this within the grid alone. The 2 and 3. If this were a 3, this were a 1, 2 pair. Then you would have to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 along this line. Five, 6, 7. That would be 8. If this were a 1, making this a 2, 3, 4. That'd be 9, 8, 7. Making this missing out of 6. Making that miss out of 7. Which would make this miss out of 3. This would be missing out of 1 or a 9. Brad, please, stop talking. Unless you have logic to back up your claim, don't make it. If this were 9, 8, 7, and this were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these would be 2, 3, and 4. The possibilities for this line is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is never 1 or 5. This is not a 7. So what can this line be? If this were high, 7, 8, or 9, the lowest this can be is 4 and 5. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not though, because this is one contiguous line. There's no break in that line. So you could have both of them being two separate things, or all of it being one separate line, one thing instead of 10. But tell me, in what way does it break? If this is a 7, then 3 is missing from this grid. This is a 1, 2. And 7 is missing from this grid. Is that the case? Not necessarily. It could be 7 or 9. Yeah, M. You have a 10. These two are 10 lines, yes. 10, 10. This is a 10 line. 1, 1, 4, 4. You couldn't have 5 or 5 here. How does this 10 line make up then if it's just 2 digits on the line of the 10? Tell me that. Sorry, I'm getting way too upset at you. I shouldn't really. But you're annoying me. If this is a 3, this is 8 or 9. So is that. That'd be an 8, that'd be a 9. That'd be an 8 or a 9. If this was 1, the rest of this line would be 2, 3, 4. That'd be a 7 or a 9. That'd be 1, 3, 2, 4. Oh my god. This 6. I'm a moron. This 6 goes here. It cannot repeat over here. This is 3, 4, that's a 6. This is a 1, that's a 2. This is a 3 now. That is not. You should not have a 1, 2, or 3 on it anymore. It is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an 8. This has to be a 4. This is missing a 9. This is not missing a 9. I wonder how long that's been. I wonder how long someone's been shouting at me. I wonder how long Isaiah's been shouting at me for that. This is not a 6. This is not a 4. I can't wait to see you again. This has 4, 5, 6, 7 on it. The availability of it is there. So you couldn't have a 9 over here. It would be 9, 8, 7, 6. But 7 can go here. This cannot be 7 or 6 though. It could be 8, 7, 6, 5. It could be 7, 6, 5, 4. It could be 6, 5, 4, 3. And it could be 5, 4, 3, 2. All those are possibilities. But it can't be 1 or 9. I don't want to write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. I'm not going to. There has to be a 5 though. Because it can't be 9, 8, 7, 6, and it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 5 either goes here or here. Hmm. So we still have stuff to do with this line. This does not have a 9 on it. But there has to be a 9 in that grid. This can go anywhere over here. These could both be even. It would be 4 and 6 with 5 and 7 here. We made that a 1 or a 9. Pour us, pour us, pour everybody else. Pour everybody, pour everybody else. I mean, if I wanted to use uniqueness, I could very well say that this could be a 2 and 3, because then you would never be able to just resolve them. But I'm not going to use uniqueness. One of these two is an 8. Could this be missing a 1? If there were no 1 in this puzzle, that would be a 5. That would be a 3. This would be a 7 or a 9. We do know that these are not 4. So, if there was no 4 over here, if this was a 4, making that a 5, and that is 7, this would be 6 eighths. Otherwise, there is a 4 over here. Hmm. How does this resolve? You know, one of these is a 7. If this is a 7, there has to be a 6 over here. So what if this had a 6 in it? What if that wasn't 2, 4? This was 6, 4, 5. Then this couldn't be a 7. It would have to be 4 or 6. This being 4 or 5. If this were 4, 5, this would have to be 3, 2. Or 2, 3. That made that a 7 or a 9. Bob the Builder, can we build it? If this was missing a 1, this would be 3, 9. That'd be a 3. This would be a 5. 5, 3. 3 would be done. This would be 2, 4. Why is 6, 8 broken here? This digit would be the same as that digit. 2 or 4. If this is 3 or 7, this is 2 or 8. Why does that break? With a 2, that'd be 3, 4, 5. If it were 8, then this would be 7, 6, or 5. I do not see it. There's no more Sudoku to do over here, like I was missing over here. All this line logic is done. The red line is useless right now, because we already have all the parity sorted out. Odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, odd. Even, odd, even, odd, even. It's just this Jira Whisper line and this Renbet line to do. Of course, with this 10 line being important too. Do 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 do. If this is 3 or 7, these both are the same 2 or 8s, making those have to be the same 2, 4, or 6. If this were a 1, that'd be a 5. I do not understand. Almost hitting 3 hours in this puzzle. Amazing. I wasted a lot of my time over here though, so I forgive myself for that. But I don't really though. It's a terrible mistake to make. Can this really be 6-8? Those would have to be the same. Oh, also, this cannot be an 8-7-6-5. It would have to be an 8-7-6-5. Yeah, okay, we knew that before. Ew, cringe. A bot. Ban. They gone. If this were 6-8, that'd be 1-3. That'd be 6-8. That'd be 2-4. That'd be 6-8. That'd be 2-4. That'd be 2-4. So you have 2-4, 2-4, 6-8. I am making a mockery of this puzzle. I really am. Once upon a time. do, do, do. Must there always be a 4, 5, 6? No. There could be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also have 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't understand at all. I am so stuck. I'm asking Math for help. Math will be dropping in a couple minutes. Let's see if I can finish it before that and make it obsolete. Boo boo doo 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 doo. Da 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 do 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 do. Do, do. If this were a 7, this would be 1, 2. Hey math, I am stuck. I have no idea where to look. The last grids are these. And what I'm assuming is going to happen is that this is going to be a 3 or a 7, forcing this to be a 6, otherwise then this could not be resolved. This is not going to be a 2, 3. However, I'm not sure how to prove it's not 2, 3. Because if this were a 2, 3, you can never resolve where the 2 and 3 go. But I'm not going to use uniqueness, of course. Bottom left is to resolve in a zone now. Tropic line. Oh my god. This is a 6. And there's a 7 missing. Entropy! Oh my gosh. You should have seen before. Before, I had this as a 3, 4, 6 line, saying I have no idea how it goes when there was a 6 right here. Ah, it's that easy. Ah. uh, thank you, math. It is, yeah. But, oh my god. Two stupid things I've been stuck on for like 2 hours now. So there's a 1 missing here, so this is a 5, this is a 3, this is a 3, 9. There is no more 3s. There is no more 1s either. There is no 1s in this grid. This is not a 9, it's 5 or 7. This 3 with the 5 or 7 is either, this adds up to 7 more, so this can't be a 7, this has to be a 5, this has to be a 2. That's a 5 now. These are not 5s. Since this is missing a 3, this has to be a 7. That grid is done. These are no longer 2s. That's not a 2. And this should be finishing. But how? If this one cannot be a 6 anymore, because that can't be 1. This is 4 or 8. One of those is a 6, that's not a 6. This 3 or 9 either sees an 8 here, or a 9 with 2, 3, 4 there. It's not a 4 though. If this were a 2, it would have to be joined with a 3 to make 4 or 5 here, but it cannot be a 3 because of that 3 looking at it. Also, it cannot be a 3 because there are already 2 3s in this grid, so this is an 8, this is a 3, this is a 9. This is an 8, this is a 6, this is a 4, this is a 2. This is not 8 anymore. We just have 4 and 6 to go to place in this somewhere. Because this is an 8, this has to be a 7, 6, 5 line. So there's no 4s on it. So this is a 4, that's a 5, that's a 6, that's a 7, that's a 6. There's 2 6s here, so that's a 4. And then we just have 3, 5, and 7 to go. 5, 7, and 9. These are not 9s. There's 3 5 7s here, so this is a 9. That's a 7, that's a 5, that's a 7. I've been stuck for 2 hours because of this right here. This 3 4 6 that I did not see a 6 for, and this being part of the entropic line. Thank you so much, Math. Yeah, that was. If I didn't get stuck on those 2 parts and I did not see the obvious, definitely a 4-star puzzle. I completely butchered it by being stuck for that long. But yeah, I've gotta go to the gym now. Looks like it's a one puzzle day. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Math, for your help. Hopefully I won't butcher the rest of these puzzles. But yeah, good night.